here today in Malta in the IBC 2023. I have a special guest, very good friend of the crypto community, Mr. Harry Yeh. How are you today?
Nice, thanks for having me on the show.
Can you explain to everybody what do you do for a living?
Well, my name is Harry Yeh. I'm managing director of Quantum Fintech Group. We're a discretionary hedge fund, but I'm also the co-founder of a protocol called Life.
Life.
Yes.
And how's life going?
Life is good. Life is always good. And you're in crypto.
I saw your booth. It's amazing. I love the concept. I love the brand.
Thank you.
But let's go a little bit like 10 years ago, because you've been in crypto since 2013.
2013, yes.
How was life before crypto?
Oh, well, I was a struggling software engineer. So my background is software engineering. Did a couple of startups.
In Canada?
Canada, Silicon Valley. So I cut my teeth. I was working at Microsoft for a little bit, Hewlett Packard. Got my first break during like the dot-com time. The dot-com bubble burst. And then in around 2008, we experienced a subprime meltdown. And then at that point, I really, really wanted to go learn quantitative trading, work for high-frequency trading for hedge funds, but couldn't really do it at the time because the financial crisis happened.
Yeah.
But then in 2010, I started seeing all my friends, everybody was working for like Uber, building all these startups, or trying to build all these tech companies. But I couldn't really catch a break. And then I was fortunate enough, one day I discovered Bitcoin.
Okay.
I discovered Bitcoin in 2013 on Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, it was on Facebook. And it was interesting because in 2013, I didn't know what Bitcoin was. And then 6 months later, I did some research, and there was all this like negative news about Bitcoin. And I said, well, okay, this just sounds very, very strange. Then my friend posted this thing that he's doing these mining rigs. I'm like, you're never going to make any money on that Bitcoin thing. It's a total scam. And he goes,
you will never make money.
And then he says, yeah, except I made 10 grand last month. And I was like, okay, I need to start paying attention to this. And, I got in, I started with $500 and I had to borrow 10 grand from my mom to buy the first Bitcoin mining machine. Wow. Which was an Avalon ASIC miner.
Wow.
Yeah. So I really, really literally started with, I had to borrow.
With 500. Yeah, I paid with American Express on Coinbase my first Bitcoin at 320 pounds in the UK.
Amazing.
Similar.
Yeah. Everybody I think has that, BC and AB, so I call it before Bitcoin, BB, before Bitcoin, and then after Bitcoin moment in their life, because that's when they discover the freedom of payments.
And the finance, the whole, you get out of the matrix, basically.
Yeah, it's really, really, you get out of the matrix, but you really, really kind of see that this entire time, all of us have had this, I'm going to say we're all kind of really, really constrained. Yeah. So financial democracy and freedom is really kind of what cryptocurrency, blockchain, Bitcoin provides. Yes.
What was your family reaction, your friends, when you started? You went all in crypto. What did they say?
They said they thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
And they still think I'm crazy.
Yeah, they still.
Yeah. But I think that's what it takes. Sometimes you have to be a little bit crazy, because back then I can tell you the history's pretty amazing, because one of our friends, Brock Pierce, he had this conference in Singapore, and I remember, and it was the first time I started doing speaking. And when we would speak, if you look at the videos now, you would think there's a big audience, but we were just speaking to 15 other speakers in the crowd. About Bitcoin, and so it was almost kind of like an AA group, but for Bitcoin. So we were all of these outcasts.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, in the financial world, we were always made fun of, but we all kind of got together. It was like a real family. We traveled around the world, went to all the conferences. We would talk about Bitcoin. That's where even Ethereum was started. So Vitalik and Anthony Delorio, all the founders, Charles Hoskinson, Gavin Wood, all of these guys.
All the crypto OGs.
All the crypto OGs. There was this incident even at the Versace mansion, which I won't go into, where some of the guys jumped into the pool. But these are just things that the memories we all created. And we said, you know what, even if this thing doesn't take off, at least the stories, we'll have friends and it'll be a great time. But if this thing takes off, everybody's just going to think we're the smartest guys in the room, the geniuses. So fortunately, and you'll make a lot of money.
So talking about friends, we have lost friends, we made friends, this is the industry. But also, this is about people. Right. So the industry is about people. And now I think you have a great team as well with you.
Yes.
Let's go a little bit forward.
Sure.
How life started, and when did you start life? Well, no, like...
a little while ago. So I think the important part is to kind of, it's been a 10-year journey for me in crypto. I got started in 2013. So I started off really just trading Bitcoin. And then I started one of the first hedge funds called Binary Financial.
Wow.
Had some really, really good investors from Silicon Valley that believed in me. And we built actually one of the largest OTC desks.
Wow.
So if you had traded Bitcoin in 2017 and you did an ICO, there's a
good chance.
we probably had a good chance that at least 5 to 10% of the volume that went from ICOs, we helped onboard off-ramp.
Oh, you did?
Crypto. Yeah, so
Wow.
we were really, really big in the space. And our main business was we if somebody wanted to buy 5 or 10 million bucks worth of Bitcoin back in 2014, 2015, it was very, very hard
difficult.
to do.
Yeah.
So we were like one of the first people to actually do that. But then
Wow.
as the industry matured a lot more and people started getting into it more, there's margin compression. So it was less attractive to really, really become OTC for Bitcoin trading. So then I saw my friends make a bunch of money on Ethereum investing, and I said, okay, well, then everyone's like, well, why don't you launch a coin? I'm like, well, I'm not going to launch a coin because if I launch a coin, there's going to be utility. And for now, it's better for me to just support other projects.
Yeah.
So I was really, really more of an activist investor. So even though my background's software engineering, I really decided, okay, the investor is like the best path.
Yeah.
But being an entrepreneur myself, I'm the kind of investor that I want to invest in projects and really support them.
Yeah.
So, I was fortunate enough to invest in things like Ethereum, EOS, Block One,
Wow.
but it was just really, really kind of hands off. But then in 2019, just before COVID, I was fortunate to invest in a project called Phantom.
Phantom, yeah, okay.
And Phantom ended up becoming one of like the most successful layer ones still out there. And I took just the kind of activist approach. Okay, let's put all of our resources, team, and really, really, like evangelize and tell people how great the technology, the product, the people are, because the story hasn't been told. So we helped tell Phantom's story, and it was a story that went from like literally worth almost zero. And then at one point the peak was trading at $3.40. And then with that, it made me realize that, wow, this thing really has legs. I'm going to create the Phantom Developer Conference so I can bring in a bunch of software engineers and really build the next thing. So kind of what the success of Microsoft and Google have actually done before in the past is they've built developer conferences.
Wow.
So I noticed in blockchain, a lot of stuff that's in the traditional world isn't in crypto.
Yeah.
So the Phantom Developer Conference was incredible, but before the Phantom Developer Conference, I discovered this project called Tomb. So Tomb Finance, a pretty incredible game. Again, it did really well for 2 to 3 months, and then it crashed, and I bought it out of pretty much bankruptcy. And then during the Phantom Developer Conference, I decided I wanted to build the next team of engineers because I saw a lot of problems that were happening with permissionless chains. And then after the whole Terra Luna crash, the following year, all our projects did well, the whole market kind of came down. I said, this is the perfect opportunity to launch and build something that I've always wanted to build. So that's the story of Life, which is funny because Life actually came from Tomb. And the name of Life for the protocol is kind of funny because it started off as a meme because people would ask me, hey, Harry, what is Tomb? And I said, well, Tomb is the seniorage protocol where if the price of Phantom is 1.01 against 2, it'll mint 1% of the supply. So now imagine explaining that to people 30 times every day. I said, you know what, this drives me nuts. Harry, what's Tomb? And I'm like, Tomb is Life and Life is Tomb. And that's how...
And then you start Life.
That's how Life started. But I couldn't buy life.com because that's the magazine.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate I could actually buy LIF3. And 3 is like the elite speak for nerds.
Yeah.
So 3, but then what's unique about Life with the 3 is it's also Web3.
Yeah.
But there's also 3 different tokens. There's L-Share, L3USD, and Life as the token. That's kind of like the genesis of Life as a project.
Harry, I'm very inspired that you, with the resilience the last 2 years, has been difficult for the market. And this is like CC said, this is the time that everybody builds. There's no
building the bear. So one of my friends, actually Brock, said, he goes, bull markets are bullshit and bear markets bear fruit.
Okay.
So and if I looked at kind of what we've done in the last 12 months, I'm so proud of our team. I've helped provide the vision and a lot of the technical engineering kind of vision, but we've just got an incredible team.
But you have an incredible leader as well.
Well, it's tough being the leader, but fortunately we found a home kind of in like the iGaming space. We're kind of really looking forward to bringing what we're doing in the crypto space to make iGaming much better, because this segment, it's incredible, like the explosion.
Yeah, we probably will find out more about live because when I saw the stand, I said this is a great brand from the point of view. But talking about live, let's talk about OGs.
Okay.
So you are an industry leader. People recognize you. You work really hard.
Yeah.
For you, who are your industry leaders in the Web3 that you admire as well?
I mean, there's definitely a lot of. I mean, obviously, CZ is definitely one of them. Like, he's
also
friends,
Canadian.
a Canadian, actually from Vancouver. Yeah, just kind of really built everything kind of from nothing. I don't know, Brock Pierce. Brock, a very good friend. Matt Rozak. All these people. On the way. Vitalik.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole list. Gabriel Abed. That Bass. I have friends that. That have done so well in crypto and invested in companies, but they've decided, hey, I want to kind of give back to the country. Became like the ambassador. Wow, there's so many. There's so many. I want to kind of give them all credit.
Basically, there must be a Telegram, WhatsApp group that all the OGs are together. So kudos to all of them.
There's kind of like I think a WhatsApp group. There's WhatsApp group, but the sad. I mean, it's just amazing to see how the industry has really grown up. But I'll tell you, one of the things that was the most interesting is I was at my friend Zach from Double Capital. He had his conference called AIM Summit, and you would see that everybody on the panel speaks about Bitcoin mining, the Bitcoin ETFs. So it's incredible, because 10 years ago I would be sitting on the panel and I would be talking about Bitcoin mining, but now instead of talking about Bitcoin mining, I'm talking about scaling and how consumer
layer 1, layer 2.
Yeah, how DeFi is going to Web3 is going to increase the value of iGaming, consumer DeFi, etc., etc. So now I'm thinking in 10 years, these guys that are talking about Bitcoin mining are going to be doing what we're doing now.
That's amazing. So you're building the path for everybody.
So what's exciting is when we're here, why we're here is just even meeting with a lot of the industry folks, it's really kind of solving their pain points.
Okay.
By providing an easier experience, more fluid. I mean, the same thing that Bitcoin and crypto have provided for all of us financial freedom, we want to take that one step further and really kind of help apply to the iGaming space.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Harry, and 2 more questions. Mm-hmm. The first question is, what is your favorite sport? A bit random.
Oh.
You look like a golf player.
Well, just because of the golf shirts. I actually, believe it or not, I played American football when I was younger.
Wow.
And I did some mixed martial arts. So I think rugby, my favorite sport is probably motorcycle racing.
Yeah?
Motorcycle. Yeah, motorcycle racing, yeah.
And also F1?
Yeah, and Formula 1, yes.
I love it. What is your favorite team? 2.
Well, Pierre Gasly, we sponsor Pierre.
Pierre's
so
nice.
Alpine's our favorite team.
I was playing with him some tricks back in Singapore.
Yeah, so Pierre's a good friend. And then obviously Fabio is with Yamaha. So.
Okay.
But we not only just support the team, we support the rider and the people.
Right. Yeah.
Because we believe it's always about people.
It's about people.
So even in our protocol, all the people we sponsor, like Sasha, Burek, these are all the DJs and singers and everything else. And we're slowly building our tribe of people that support life. Because these people are also vested in the project, which is
so it's about life and about people.
It's about people. That's what it is. Because without people, and I think we're living in this age where people are always talking about AI and everything relationships has just been marginalized. Even when you go to a bank, when I was growing up,
he was like a bank manager.
My parents would take me out to dinner every Saturday with our bank manager.
That was amazing.
And my parents would have that relationship, but since I think 2008, when the whole subprime, everything's completely changed. So now banks, the people are faceless. There's no more relationship managers, and even the relationship
in UAE
managers,
is a machine now.
Yeah.
You don't speak to anyone.
Yeah, but but UAE was better before. But even now, and I don't know why the banking industry has taken such a huge. Before the bankers would have relationships, but now even bank managers. Why people? And I talked to a lot of bank managers, why they're leaving the banking industry is they're because they miss that part of dealing with people.
Yeah.
They miss that interaction of, hey, I want to go have dinner and build a relationship with them because you're trusting us with your money. So now, instead of doing it in banks, they're doing it in crypto now.
Yeah, now we're doing it here.
Yeah. But it blows my mind because that industry, everybody trusted it before and everything else, but now
Now we need to help them.
Yeah.
Well, we need to bring them.
we need to bring them. Yeah.